every season, the champions will win a game like that, 1-0 away. It has to be away, it doesn't count at home. Has to be away, where you can win 5-0, 6-0, play all the tick-attacking you want. That, you sort of fashion that wins you the championship.
It's just a grind, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes you just have to grind it out, and you have to wear your opponents, wear them down, and all the pretty stuff and all the flicks and stuff, they just don't come off. You hit the target so many times, it don't go over the line. And just on this one occasion, they squeeze it over the
29 millimetres, since you're asking.
I knew this would be a test. And I said last week on this show that this game against Burnley would be more of a test than the game against Man United. Because Man United would come to play at home. Yeah. They'd fancy themselves to try and out-football City, which was never really going to happen, so it played into City's hands. Burnley was going to be a completely different game. It was going to be windy, they were going to pull up their sleeves, Burnley were going to go route one, they were going to launch it in the box, make it uncomfortable, and City had to grind out. And they played well enough, and they had all the possession, but they had to really grind out.
Whoever City play, you still expect them to score 1 or 2.
I always do. I had it down as a draw before the game.
Did you?
I don't know why. I was leaning towards just Dyche's team just being horrible and spoiling the party.
Which they are.
Which they are, and they were, what, 29 millimetres, did you say?
29 millimetres over the line, that
from
was.
Getting a point.
Yeah.
I mean, how's the Liverpool fans thinking?
There's no way this goal is given.
No.
4 or 5 seasons.
Oh, what, with a naked eye? No chance. You can't see that with a naked eye.
Everybody's playing on.
And that's why GDS is so good.
Yeah, it is so good.
That's why it's brilliant. It's been a great addition to our game.
Look at that.
I mean, it's so desperately unlucky if you're a Liverpool fan and you are looking at the margins and you go, how close is this season coming down?
29 millimetres.
How close.
Yes.
Great for City. And great for Pep. You see the reaction of the players. I mean, you know, once
they knew how tough that was.
Once that referee buzzes and it alerts the referee to it being over the line, you see the relief from the City players, because all City ever play for is to get that first goal. And then they are the masters. They can see a game out winning 1-0, they can go and rack up 5 or 6.
Even if they bring on 2 more centre-halves. Sean Dyche, the great Man City, had 4 centre-halves. And watching I was at Old Trafford, watching the last 5 minutes was brilliant, because we were all crowded around the tellies, and there was free kicks and throw-ins, and Otamendi's heading it away, and Company's heading it away.
It's good, because it's a throwback to our day. When you go, do you know what, sometimes you've got to roll up your sleeves, and sometimes you've got to have a fight.
It's the 1-0
away. All about playing football.
Dyche was bang on as well with his post-match interview there by saying, OK, they might be the best, and they pass it around, but even they want to get in the corner to make sure that they hold on to those points.
Pep's making changes, he's getting everyone on, he's getting Otamendi on, he's throwing all his centre-halves on, taking his better players off.
That's great, isn't it?
Aguero has now scored 20 goals a season for the last 5 seasons.
Wow.
That level of consistency, you know, you're a centre-forward, that is seriously impressive.
Look at those numbers. That's just... Sometimes you just have to... You have to tip your hat and just go, listen, you are...
the second person to do that in the Premier League. You know who the other one was?
Thierry,
yeah.
How
Doesn't surprise
do you
me.
get them numbers?
They're in the same mould, though. They're in the same mould in regards, and I've said it many times before, good players affect football matches with a pass or with something. Great players, they can win games on their own with their numbers.
And credit him, by the way, Aguero, because I'm pretty sure people around the world, and I was one of them, when Pep come in, and he left them out in the Champions League for a huge game.
Yeah, you had him off to Spain, didn't you?
I did. I was looking at the way Aguero plays, and I don't think he's selfish, but he's all around the 18-yard box for him. Never been interested in closing fullbacks down. When Jesus come in, and you see young Jesus closing down fullbacks and pressing everywhere, you go, that's what Pep wants. So Pep has actually told Aguero, listen, this is the way you need to improve your game. This is what I want from you as a striker. Now, it must have been hard. Must have been hard for Aguero, because he can back that up with, well, I don't want to be wasting my energy running into different areas where I want to be in the 18-yard box, still banging in the goal.
I never really thought that Aguero would go. I suppose he's done many times, well, maybe he might do, but I never really thought he would, because I don't know who you can get that does what he does in the world of football. You know, he affects a game in one way only, and it's goals. And there's very few players in the world that can do what he does.
It's almost like if you're playing fantasy football, you might just go, do you know what, I might take Aguero out of there and I might go for Luis Suarez or I might go for Lewandowski. Pointless when you got him.
That's right.
Just keep him.
There will not be a better version. So 29 millimetres it goes over the line by, and at 0-0 at the Etihad, do you remember this?
Yeah.
John Stones hacks it off the line from Salah, and it was 11.7, I'll have you know, millimetres away from going in.
I think it's wrong.
Look at this.
I think it's wrong, Mark. I think it's over.
You think it's wrong?
I'm joking. I'm joking. But for all the world, it looks over, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, how John Stones, Mark, gets a block on, You know, it's incredible.
That looks over, doesn't it?
Oh, incredible. I mean, look at that. Can we squeeze that ball a bit to the left-hand side just by little 11 mil? Incredible.
That's why it's so good.
And that's
why it's so good.
And isn't it, Dion, for all the reasons in the world, when you look how Liverpool have been playing this season, racking up the amount of points and wins and the goals that they're getting, and Man City are doing the same. And it's not going to probably come down to a huge error, i.e. someone like Van Dijk getting sent off or you know, whatever the scenario might be. The margins are that tight.
Yeah.
As a Liverpool fan, you go, and if they don't win it, you go, that's how close we come.
I don't think either of these two teams are going to have a bad game and lose. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
I just think that it's going to be a bit of magic, 30-yard, or someone's going to make a mistake.
They barely go behind. Liverpool went behind at Southampton was the last time, and the lead keeps changing hands.
Brilliant.
And it has, well, to be completely fair, it has changed hands a lot because they're not playing on the same day.
No.
Okay. So that does exacerbate it. But it does.
30 times?
Yeah, it does. So obviously, you go back to the 50s, everyone played at the same time.
Yeah.
And even at the beginning, even Arsenal 28, they wouldn't have played so often on
different days,
consecutive days, on different days.
Let's just hope it changes one more time.
Oh, well, here we go. So, Manchester City this time next week at home to Leicester, who are flying. We'll do that in a second. Liverpool before that, Saturday night away to Newcastle, managed by
Rafa.
Yes.
And then everybody plays at the same time, Sunday afternoon British time, last day.
Stick Liverpool for a guaranteed 3 points against Newcastle.
Really?
That's a given in my opinion.
Really?
Liverpool
Really?
beat Newcastle.
Ooh, is that right?
Why'd you reeling me off there? Have you got anything that can...
History.
Yes,
History.
I have Saturday night, last game of the season, Newcastle safe, tune bouncing, great afternoon in the big market.
No Perez, no Almiron.
Well, yeah, but they want to go.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just...
I want to go on a high. I don't stick them down for a death victory.
No, I don't think that's a gimme. You know what? Those both fixtures. Again, if you're Liverpool, are you happy with your fixtures, or do you want
No, you're happy. You're happy. I mean, listen, I'm painting the picture like it's a guaranteed 3 points. In my opinion, it is. Well, football's football.
Yeah.
And City now is obviously their next game against Leicester. You know, when you look back and you look back over the last couple of weeks and you go, you see what City have done.
Yeah.
So 12 wins on the spin, but after the loss against Spurs in the Champions League, they beat Spurs 1-0.
Yeah.
You know, got over the line and had to really grind for that one.
Yeah.
United was a little bit easier for them. I thought that scoreline.
It was 0-0 at half time, but
But you know, it was always a lot easier than the Spurs game. There was some drama in that Spurs game where Son was calling them all sorts of problems. Then they do Burnley. And I honestly thought, when I was looking at the 3 or 4 games left to go, I thought Burnley was their last big test. Now all of a sudden it flips to Leicester.
Do you think Pep and City will go, right, Leicester were outstanding at the weekend, taught Arsenal a lesson, we might have to change what we're doing?
No.
Not at home.
Not at home.
Ball. And
which could be dangerous.
Four of the last 9 City wins have been 1-0. More digging it out.
Yeah.
And they'd love to be involved in the Champions League, but they're not, which means a few days off now.
Few
So
days
bit of massage,
What's that, 8 days?
Lovely. Bit of cotton wool. Bit of cotton wool.
Approximately 8 days off.
Yes.
That's good for
At this
City.
stage of this, exactly. So I'm saying
Amazing.
brilliant for City.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they'd rather be in the Champions League semi-final, but they'll take where they're at now with loads of rest.
OK, last night it was the Professional Footballers Awards ceremony. Raheem Sterling has won the Young Player of the Year. He's 23 at the start of the season, so he was still eligible then. He's not now, but he's Young Player of the Season. Player of the Year, Virgil van Dijk, voted for by the players. So when it's voted for by your peers, that really does say an awful lot.
I don't think you can argue, Mark, can you? You know, when you look at how Van Dijk's been playing, he's been unreal. You could have actually got a coin and just flicked it up, couldn't you? Said either one of them could have won it.
It shows how hard it is for defenders to win. Obviously, no one's won it.
Good names on that list, by the way.
Years.
Paul McGrath, good to see his name on there.
Could be Pally in 91, 92. If you look at the stature of the player, all quite big lads, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, 6 foot plus footballers. All those are footballers. Like to come out and play.
But here's some of Van Dijk's numbers, which you can interpret for us. Look where he's in the ranking.
So durable, plays his games, doesn't he?
He's played every game.
You know what? It says aerials 1.
Yeah.
That's not a big thing for him. he doesn't have to win every header. He's not interested in winning every header. He's making sure that what happens to that header,
he cleans up.
He cleans up and he knows exactly where it's going.
Or his partner cleans up.
He's always in control of his actions, and that's what I think is good about him.
I bet if you asked all the strikers in the Premier League, which one of the centre-halves do you not want to play against?
Oh, he'd be
Van
top.
Dijk.
I'm pretty
because you can't outrun him.
Yeah.
You can't beat him in the air.
No.
He's great on the ball.
Yeah.
Didn't Glenn say that?
Ticks every box.
Didn't Glenn Murray say that?
I think he did.
Yes.
I think Glenn Murray did say Van Dijk, everywhere you go, he's there.
Yeah.
Everything you try, he knows what you're going to do. In the air, he's strong.
Yeah.
So, it just goes to show.
Okay.
I think it's the highest honour you can get as a player to get voted, Player of the Year by obviously the players you play against every week. And it's special, and I'm very proud and honoured to obviously win it. If you see the standard of strikers we have in the league, of playmakers we have in the league, it's unbelievable. If you see the short list, what kind of quality there is, it's very special. Obviously, that players in the league voted for me, and I won't take it for granted. But it's just very special, definitely.
That's good. It looks great, isn't it? He looks really impressive,
immaculate,
doesn't he?
isn't
He
he?
looks fantastic.
He just looks like he plays the game. He looks just very cool and calm.
And in control.
Nothing really affects him. He'll just carry on with his job, keep being the best. He's got a long time. He's just brilliant.
I look at him and I always think the game comes very easy to him.
Yeah. He makes it look that way.
Exactly.
It's preparation. All about him is preparation. It's great.
Yep. Raheem Sterling has won the Football Writers. So Virgil van Dijk voted Player of the Year by his peers, by his fellow players. Raheem Sterling has won the Football Writers Award. But as you could say, both have been outstanding. You wouldn't argue with either decision. No. Even if they'd gone the other way around, you wouldn't have argued with either decision.
Definitely not. I think the big thing for Raheem Sterling is he came into the game as a young boy, very naive. His end product, which for me is the most important thing for a wide player, you've got to do something at the end of all your hard work, cross shot, score a goal, do something. And now he's become that good and he's become that important to City that he's their main man going forward. Along with Aguero's goals, he's the main man. First man on the team sheet. That is just incredible work from him.
Absolutely.